of spend time and save money. Let's talk about that. Our very first chapter in that book starts out with how to have fun and still have money. How on earth could someone even say that? How to have fun and still have money, John Checky. This is a recurring theme that I've had for many, many years. Let's go through how on earth you actually can have fun and still have money. This is my old TCU hat, which I've had for years and years and years. That's a good example of how to have fun and still have money. You find something that brings you great joy. The memory of attending Texas Christian University from 1967 to 1970 does bring me great joy. I learned how to write novels. I learned how to write poems. I learned how to give speeches and gave speeches. I learned how to lead organizations and help organizations grow over time. And I even got to give a sermon during a Catholic Mass, which was quite fun. Further, you discover when you're learning how to have fun and still have money, what has meaning to you. For instance, writing a book, if that's something you really want to do to get your ideas out and about and encourage people to read it, to go to Amazon or to go to johnsfreebook.com, a site we're working on at this time to get up and running and properly disseminate the information. You discover what it is that brings you joy. You learn how people who've already known how to do whatever that is, do that. You get some help along the way to go ahead and pursue those goals, dreams, and aspirations. And then you put in the work. And the work normally can be kind of a grind. It's like right now, my next stop after this is go to the gym. Now, normally I go to the gym sometime between 5 something in the morning and about 9 o'clock in the morning at the very latest. Tomorrow is my 73rd birthday. So our timing is a little off today in terms of what we're doing and not doing. Some folks are out doing some appointments. That's where JJ is right now. My son, John, Joseph Checky III. But one, discover what it is you really want to be when you grow up. Then pursue it with the energy the good Lord was kind enough to give you. Then find some folks that can help coach you along that way who've already done it and are still doing it. Let me underscore that for you. For instance, there's an old joke when you go to the gym that if you want bigger arms, not something I'm trying to do, but if you want bigger arms, go talk to somebody who has bigger arms, because that person, especially in a gym, knows how to get bigger arms. If you want to talk to people about having fun and still have money, go talk to people who have a smile on their face and some joy in their heart and some pep in their step and actually have some money. It really does start with joy from my point of view. If, in fact, we have a heart full of gratitude, where we're very thankful for who and what the good Lord made us and the guidance that he gives us, especially when we read scripture on a daily basis and meditate on that on a daily basis. And we get up and we have some movement and proper nutrition and a wonderful mindset, meaning positive attitude full of gratefulness, gratitude. Eat properly. And thanks to modern chemistry, our food doesn't seem to be nearly as nutritious as it used to be. Get proper nutrition, not only through what we eat, especially when we eat a Jack LaLanne diet, which is a one ingredient food, i.e. have an apple, have a grapefruit, have some wonderful steak if your body tolerates wonderful steak. Mine certainly does. One of my all-time favorites, which I'm going to make later today, lamb chops. Love lamb chops. And thanks to some testing from biome.com in terms of blood test and gut test, lamb really agrees with my body and is so refreshing. So find out what brings you joy. Find out where you'd like to go in terms of your destination. Enjoy the journey of achieving your goals over time. Consider it all joy. Realizing there's more grind than satisfaction. Realize when you're watching someone give a fantastic concert that they probably spent a great deal of time learning, practicing, playing in front of people, understanding what actually did work and didn't work, and then did their darndest over time to get better at it. And then if they wanted to do it professionally, they get some help promoting what they were doing, book some gigs, invite people over, do the show, learn from doing the show, etc. For instance, in our case, becoming a financial advisor. Personally, I started making investments when I was a very little kid, meaning I started saving in the form of passbook savings. And yes, kids, way back when we saved at Polyfly Savings and Loan in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, they were kind enough to have someone come by, I think it was on Tuesdays. We could make a deposit, get your deposit written up in a book with your name on it. We also went to the post office and bought little stamps to put in savings bond booklets. And eventually, when you had your $18.75, you turned that in, got a $25 savings bond. And over a period of time, and I think that was about 7.5 years, those savings bonds became worth the $25 based on an $18.75 investment. And oh boy, you had $25 and you could buy some more stuff or some more savings. And later, started to make stock investments at the ripe old age of 16. And you can say, gee, John, I thought you couldn't invest in the stock market at 16, even back in New Jersey in 1964. How on earth did you do that? Well, my mom and I got together and we formed a Uniform Gift to Minor Act account. Found a stockbroker that was friendly enough to let us do that. And I started to make investments with money that I had saved from ShopRite Supermarket, which used to be on Route 17, bottom of a big hill. It was there for years and years. Had saved my first 5 paychecks without spending any of it. And then over time, despite making $1.25 an hour working for ShopRite, I accumulated some money, made some investments, bought my own cars, bought my own clothes, and graduated from college in 1970 with no college debt, with a brand new Volkswagen bus that we paid $1,000 down on a $2,600 vehicle. And I believe our payments were about $53 a month. About 3 years after graduation, at the ripe old age of 25, we bought a house in Grand Prairie with our own money and paid for it with our own money on a regular basis. It was quite an adventure. And now we're on our house up in Plano, Texas, which is so much bigger. You could have put the house in Grand Prairie inside the house in Plano. But that's kind of sort of how your journey can go. We also made investments over time. We also talked to a lot of people and did a lot of research. After about 20 years in industry as a certified public accountant, I left industry and went into independent financial planning practice with IDS, American Express. And over time, we started to write to help people learn how to, 1, spend less money than you make, 2, save and invest on a regular basis, 3, track what you were doing, 4, load your life up with things you really enjoy doing, and purge the things you really do not enjoy having around you. So what have you learned in this short, happy video? 1, what you have is a pitch to buy a book. What a great idea. 2, what kind of a feeling should you have? Gee willikers, I should feel like there's some hope at the end of the tunnel despite the COVID ramping up like crazy. And what methodology do we have? 1, we learn how to spend less than we make. How do you do that? Let me give you a helpful hint on how to spend less money than you make. Let's say you're not turning 73 tomorrow and you have a job which you still are getting paid to do, and they have a 401k. Even if you're just starting out, I would strongly recommend that you invest in the 401k on a regular basis. How do you do that? Usually it's just a payroll deduction plan. You do it on a regular basis. I'll suggest you do it as a percentage of your pay. happens as a percentage of your pay. As your pay increases, your contribution will also increase. Let's say you're a not young person. We still invest and save on a regular basis. No kidding. We save money every single month despite having already accumulated enough money to be retired. We still work on a regular basis, still enjoy working on a regular basis. This is John Checky wishing you a happy, prosperous, enjoyable day. And if this is your birthday, like it is for John Buscemi today, who turns 89, happy birthday, John. And since it's happy birthday for me tomorrow, happy birthday to me. And happy soon to be Martin Luther King Day, officially for a national holiday on Monday. Have fun. Be well. Look forward to seeing you soon.